Today we'll talk about the fire alarm control panel, also known as fire control panel, or fire alarm system. We'll introduce its basic functions, then touch test the overall fire protection system, including its operation and manual and automatic modes. First, let's examine the panel. In normal mode, you can see these two keys. This is activation key. This is the key for switching between automatic and manual modes. This is the cabinet lock key to control the cabinet door. As for the buttons, the first button is the evacuation button. When pressed, it manually triggers an emergency evacuation. This is the silence button. When there's an alarm activation, and you've confirmed manually, you can press this to mute the alarm. This is the reset button. For example, if you notice an alarm has been triggered, and you've manually addressed the issue, you can use this button to reset the system. Here is alarm disable button. Pressing yes will deactivate the alarm, effectively muting the system, similar to the silence button's function. This is the external fan. What you call the external exhaust fan or fire smoke extraction fan. When you press this button, for instance during a fire incident, where heavy smoke is generated, or after fire suppression gas is released, we need to activate smoke extraction or gas ventilation by pressing this button. To engage the internal relay, which activates the fire control module. This function requires pre-configuration on the system. To integrate the fire exhaust fan, the button serves as a switch to manually control the fire fan's operation. This is the hold button. Its purpose is to maintain system activation during a fire event. The system enters countdown phase. Press this button to reset the countdown. For instance, after fire activation, a 15-second countdown initiates. If at 10 seconds remaining, someone is still inside the container, we can delay gas discharge by pressing this button, which pauses the countdown. Here we also have a manual release button. Protected by an anti-mishandling cover. Open the cover and press the red button to trigger gas discharge and start the countdown. Upon pressing, the LCD panel displays the countdown and activates the solenoid valve. When countdown completes, the valve activates. Indicator lights. We usually just pay attention to the lights in the area of these alarms. For example, there is zone 1, zone 2. Zone 1 is typically connected to smoke sensors, zone 2 to temperature sensors. Other indicators show lights indicating other faults, like main power failing, battery fault, and other statuses. Details are available in the user manual. Currently, the system is in normal operation. First, ensure the key is horizontal. This enable key is horizontal, and the auto mode key is also horizontal. Then close the cabinet door. This is the standard operational stance. Inside the control panel, we shall inspect and explain its internal components, generally comprising the main control board, the fire system. All signal cables are pre-connected according to schematics before delivery, including status indicators, manual release buttons, manual hold buttons, alarm sirens, and notable visual alarms, all pre-wired. This covers the basic layout. Here is dip switches for setting the countdown timer for fire gas injection. Current dip switch settings indicate 15-second countdown, configurable between 0 and 30 seconds. Factory default is 15 seconds. This is the switching power supply, converting AC to DC 24V. Two switches here. AC power switch, 600 battery switch. DC battery switch controls battery backup. The AC switch is what controls our AC power. Control of total AC power input. This can coil both of you